I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Doug.
We have a Galah.
What's her name?
Her name is Opal.
I wasn't necessarily super hesitant to get a bird. We had a bird, and I've always wanted a bird again, but birds are an expense. I mean, they're a huge cost, and we just never thought we were going to spend a ton of money on a bird, especially with the kids and trying to find the time and all of that. But we ended up getting one for my daughter, and of course, if my daughter gets a bird, my wife has to get a bird too. So we got a bird for my wife as well.
We are probably going to get the GPS and the telemetry because Opal seems to be very excited to explore. I know.
Okay, so we'll get a picture for the wanted poster there.
Oh. All right, signal's picked up. I'm recording the data, so same thing as what you saw. We'll just go ahead and have you pick her out. If you want to warm her up at all with some little A to Bs or with some targeting.
She looks like she's gonna go.
Woohoo! That's a lot of wind.
Right?
Opal!
Contact call with her.
Just kind of sees us, so she's good. There, you can go ahead and call her.
Opal!
You gotta figure out how to come down.
Okay.
Call it.
Opal!
Opal!
There you go. Oh boy. Opal! Getting tired.
Yeah.
Yep.
Opal!
Opal!
Good bird!
Good bird! Come on! All right, guys, so just one person.
Hey guys, we gotta have you be quiet so Rhonda can contact call with Opal.
Call it.
Opal!
And again.
Opal!
A little louder.
Opal!
I literally just checked my mom hides candy everywhere.
Oh, goodness!
Yeah, but
Pick out yet?
No.
She going down?
And you tap on her. And she's 1,340 feet exactly that way. So let's go.
All right. We came out without either to try and see what, would happen. And her first day was a little scary. And I was super grateful we had the GPS. I don't have the skills to track like you guys have. So for peace of mind for me, I want it. But she's a little bit smaller. So having the telemetry, which we flew with today, she seemed to just be a little freer and able to go farther and longer. So the telemetry would give me peace of mind if I'm out someplace like this. But the GPS will give me peace of mind if I'm anywhere that I have to find her.
Yeah, that first time having GPS makes you feel so much more confident. But even after that, because of how much fun she seems to have flying, it's like something could happen, and it would be nice to know, depending on where we're at. Like here, I'd be okay without it, but lots of places around that we're going to do it, we're probably going to need to, and it will just let us fly her in more places.
So I tried to have no expectations of what free flight was going to be like with her. so the first day we get her out there and she gets caught by the wind, which we knew she probably would and wouldn't know what to do. And she did her circles and then went down kind of a little ways away from us. And then I was trying not to panic. I was doing good. And then we thought there was a predatory bird nearby. So that freaked me out a bit. And it wasn't a predatory bird, which we found out later, but it was a raven. And she got spooked and it was kind of chasing her. So she took off again and flew even farther. And we were kind of separated from each other, from the people looking. Some had phones, some didn't. So I had a panic moment. I did. I did, but I also I knew we had a lot of eyes out there, and I knew that she had the GPS on her and we would eventually find her if she had gotten someplace safe. So the next day I was really, I was shaking when she did her flight. I'm shaking.
Oh, it's day one, take two. Maybe ask her easier behavior, like does she know a wave or a spin or anything?
Want to spin? Spin?
Good.
Nice.
Opal. Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there she goes. Good circle.
Yeah. Come on. Opal.
Good job.
Nice. More
There we
control
go. A little bit of control there.
here. This is looking good.
She's going pretty fast.
Yeah, I should not slow it down.
Yeah. Tell her, Tus. Nice. Oh. That was quite the descent. It was just...
Try to get like a 6-foot recall even if she walks. Okay. Nice. If you have to pick her up a tree, that's still good.
That's a good girl. Good job. Good job.
Perfect, Rhonda. Awesome. Don't forget to treat.
Out there for a little bit, we'll put her away. She wasn't super enthused about coming back.
All right. Good job.
Yay! That was a pretty cute waddle all the way back.
We had the GPS on her again, and I didn't think she'd fly, and she actually did an exploratory the second day too. So she wasn't as traumatized as I was apparently, which is good. But it was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I did actually have some expectations, and it was kind of what happened. I expected. I mean, you really let a bird go, it's going to fly. And I was not that nervous at the beginning, and then saw the raven because I was kind of chasing and saw her take off, and there was a little bit of nerves until I heard Rhonda kind of in contact with you guys that she was down and the raven has gone off, and I really had no worries that we weren't going to get her back, right? And that was the comforting part through all of this. I really believed we were going to get her back, but I also really totally believed that she might just take off and fly for a while and wouldn't find her eventually. So
The other really cool thing about the GPS afterwards was we could see her flight pattern and how she flew to avoid the raven, and we could track her speed and height and see that she went 5.3 miles.
It was also impressive to see that he went 3 miles to chase her down, 3.2. Sorry, I didn't want to undercut your efforts in trying to recover my bird.
Thanks. Yeah, it also has a tracker for the humans. You see how fast and how far they have to go.
So Opal is not our first bird. We had an Eastern Rosella that I had when we got married.
Yep.
And then together we got a severe Macaw.
A severe Macaw got us.
Yes.
She came over. We went out over and she ran over into the edge of the cage, flipped on her back, and was like, "Do me, do me." And so we picked up a severe. She was awesome.
Yes. And we were terrified to lose her. So for a lot of the time, she came clipped, and we had her clipped most of the time. And one time we were outside with her, and she just got spooked and got away.
She was far less clipped than we thought she was at that time.
And she wasn't trained with recall or how to fly, what to do. We were able to recover her. We were very lucky. But when we got Opal, we knew that she would be trained to be able to come back to us. And it just made sense she's a bird, she needs to fly. And to take that away from her just didn't seem right. So we wanted to make sure that she was safe. The reason I ended up with BirdTricks actually was when my daughter was getting a bird, she knew what kind of bird she wanted to get, and I always wanted a rose-breasted cockatoo. But I wanted to do my research, so I was looking online.
And we heard you bad-mouthing.
I found
rose-breasted
Jamie's video
cockatoos.
talking about cockatoos, and I was like, should we get a cockatoo? Maybe we shouldn't get a cockatoo. And it was the one where you said that your favorite type of cockatoo was this guy. It was one of the Galahs. And then the other thing actually was your nutrition program was one of the huge things that brought me to you guys, because the Eastern Rosella died of fatty liver disease. I had a necropsy done because we weren't sure if it was something contagious, and we had our new severe, and she actually passed away pretty early too. She was on an all-seed diet, and we didn't know any better, and I'm almost positive that that's what we lost her to. So the nutrition part was huge for me, and just the more research I did, I'm like, these people know what they're talking about, and their primary concern is the birds. And I wanted somebody who put my bird above me or my feelings or, you know, whatever the cost.
Yeah.
She's the priority.
For me, it was just pure guilt. Just pure. I saw you guys out there flying your birds and how well that was going. Watching your videos was a big thing that brought us to you, and seeing that you could do this with your birds, and just the sheer joy of watching them fly. And that's really that's why even after looking and thinking about how expensive my bird was and how much it was going to be to do this, that we still went ahead and decided to go fly our bird. And it's been awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even more awesome if the four-wheeler would get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Opals training was interesting. I almost feel like I needed to get a problem bird just so I could utilize all of your expertise and knowledge, because training actually went really well for us. We really didn't hit any roadblocks. She's been ready for a while. It was week after week. Everything's going great. Everything's going great. We did get like a batting cage to go outside with her. She did great out there. I mean, my biggest training obstacle was being able to get away fast enough to hide before she could run after me and find me. But the steps to get us up to this point were so well laid out and clear. For us, luckily, it went so smoothly. That's probably why we had such a rough first day, because we were owed.
We were owed something.
It went perfectly up until now. This is what you get. But it was worth it, honestly. I think that day was
you know so much better how that went, because you did almost all of the real training with her. I just tried to sabotage you throughout the time.
Yes. We overcame it anyway.
You overcame anyway.
I was excited at first to see there were 3 Galahs with us on this trip. I didn't know how she'd do. She doesn't get along with our littler bird. So it's really neat to see everybody's journey and where different people are at, because they all are so different. They're unique personalities. And I think it encouraged her a little bit too, because she got to see what some of the other birds were doing. And she's, even like today on the last day, a bird would go by and she's like, yep, okay, let's go. And I thought she'd be more reserved and tired, and like every time one would go by, she's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, well, and flying with Momo that a couple of days ago when we were out here definitely encouraged her to go do other things. And seeing Galahs go out and do that celebratory kind of chatter amongst each other and
talk,
dance around, it's just hilarious. They were awesome together.
Their calls to each other.
And even today, seeing her go ahead and work with PHOEBE, although some of it kind of contentious, it was all in play, right?
I think it was.
She'd go ahead and fly by PHOEBE's perch, just kind of go, ha-ha, and then PHOEBE kind of jump at her, and they take off and have fun. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
And even, not just the other Galahs, all the other birds.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, more fun for her, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, the highlight of this trip. That's tough. I mean, for me, I guess I need to eat a little crow. Because some of this, all right, whenever you listen to a video and somebody says something absolute, you're like, oh, yeah, whatever. Do they really know what they're talking about? And so being out here, I'm super comfortable with Opal, and we have a super good bond. And again, I didn't do all of the things that Rhonda did. But out here, when she was flying, when she was out there, or she got scared, or she wasn't exactly sure what to do, Rhonda could call, and on a dime, she'd just turn and go, okay, that's where I need to get to. And she was happy to be with me, but I couldn't do that, right? I didn't prep her for that part. 2 years from now, I don't know, maybe we'll be that close even without that kind of connection that happened because of the training. But seeing how well that worked and making me feel that much more confident, I think that's my favorite part about this whole thing. The fact that she just had a blast flying around these sand dunes. It was awesome.
I think for me, even with the trauma of the first day, that was probably the highlight for me, because it showed me, it gave me the confidence to know when we watched video afterwards, she was trying to get back when I called her. She was trying to get back, and then she got spooked, but the whole time she was trying to get back to me calling her, and it allowed me to see that she could, her instinctual bird moves, you know, she could evade and do what she needed to do and still get back. And then to have her fly the rest of the trip the way she's been flying, completely fearless and having a blast, has just been so phenomenal. I mean, my heart just soars with her every time she goes. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, that's it from us. Do you have any other thoughts or anything?
I have one more thing that I have to share.
Okay.
And that is, so a couple of times you guys have talked about that we're out here to help teach our birds how to fly. And I have to say that I kept saying that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, because of course birds know how to fly. But birds learn how to fly, right? Birds that are out in the wild, they learn how to fly. They aren't born knowing it. And that's really what we did out here, right? We got to help let her learn how to fly. Not that we could teach a bird how to fly. We just helped her do it. And I don't know, I just wonder if other people kind of hear that and go, that's just dumb. And it's not dumb. It totally makes sense now.
There, now it's in. Now it's in.
You can just hang. Hi. He's not a bad man. He just has to do the hard stuff.
There you go.
Thanks.
There's a lot of options out there, and there's even cheaper options. Why did you choose us?
There are cheaper options?
Why
Wait.
BirdTricks? Yep.
Take two.